In 2005, Nicktoons Unite invaded our homes. It had slow gameplay, unfitting jazz music, and too much moaning. But due to public interest, THQ released a sequel 1 year later in 2006, known as Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island.
Yeah, baby.
A different approach for the crossover series. Did Blue Tongue learn from their past mistakes? Is this game any better? Let's find out, shall we?
Story time!
Oh boy! Story time! Story time! Story time!
Story time?
We begin with an old crab summoning 9 Nicktoons heroes to help defeat his ancient enemy, the Magu, who recently broke out of prison. The Magu also breaks the circle and scatters most of the Nicktoons throughout the island. How convenient. But thankfully...
Hey! This doesn't look like Bikini Bottom!
SpongeBob, where are we? Far from home, ghost boy.
The Magu has created a terrible ooze that corrupts everything it touches, but apparently the Legends of the Crab's people say that the Nicktoons are the chosen ones.
Hoo-ha! Please stop that.
So from there you spend a lot of time looking for your friends. Skip to here if you don't want to hear it. We run around on Summoner's Rock for a little bit, beating up birds and sand monsters as Danny and SpongeBob. The game starts off pretty fun, as it should. As a result of exploration, we then meet Patrick along the way.
Patrick! What are you doing here?
Jumping, SpongeBob! Jumping!
Patrick, we're the chosen ones, and we're on a mission to save the world!
Hooray!
Patrick comes with us to explore an old shipwreck. As we have fun beating up sand monsters, we find Tucker cornered by birds.
Ow! Get off me!
Wow, what a bitch. After rescuing Tucker, he comes with us to help set up camp.
So, we're hanging out with a sponge, a starfish, and a crab.
Yeah, we're the chosen ones!
Right.
Next, we see Sam fighting sand monsters using the Fenton peeler at Calamity Cove. Great to see Sam come through with the peeler suit. Squidward's petty ass can also be found on the island, but he pretty much does nothing but bitch, like always.
Oh, great. Rescued by SpongeBob.
Squidward, you're such an ungrateful bitch.
Don't say anything, Squidward. Remember your karma. What?
We then go to Fort Crabclaw, a jungle infested with creatures. Of course, we have to fight some dumb crabs in order to rescue Timmy Turner.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rinse and repeat. Do it some more.
We are crabby, we are mean.
Marching is fun.
We then have to rescue a village from the Great Carapace. You know, some giant sand monster we had to fight to get a battery for the Jimmy Neutron communicator.
You're where? On an island in another dimension fighting a monster that's going to destroy the universe! That would explain the strange readings I've been getting.
Lit. After our first boss, we take on another level, Crystal Ruins. This is where we go to get Sandy, the last Nicktoon we had to find. So once again, we're then introduced to a new area, a place with more enemies known as Florians, one of the secondary antagonists. They kidnapped the queen of the Myrmex, or however you pronounce that shit.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
Here she is, and it looks like she's running out of time. Let's move.
One of us! One of... Huh? Oh! Okay.
We kick some ass and rescue the queen. That's what's up. But then we have to fight this bitch to rescue the queen. She then becomes an ally. After rescuing the queen, all we have to do is climb the top of the volcano at Ancient's Peak, to then fight the Magu at Summit Storm.
Hey, you wiener! You don't look so scary from up here. You look like a toy monster.
Got him!
Nobody calls the Magu a toy.
Squidward, you gotta catapult us up as high as you can.
As long as I don't have to go with you, no problem.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Hey, Magu, me and the sponge are gonna suck.
Say no more. As you can see, the story is lighthearted and funny, as it should be. I like that about it. It does a much better job illustrating itself than Nicktoons Unite. The FMV cutscenes are much cleaner, and the concept of this game was executed well. So far, this game looks pretty cool, but you know what's more important for a game like this? This is where this game really steps up from Nicktoons Unite. Instead of a slow and repetitive co-op adventure with the same 4 playable characters the entire game, we have a traditional 2.5D platformer with 2-player co-op and 6 playable characters: SpongeBob, Danny, Patrick, Sam, Timmy, and Sandy. Sorry, but Jimmy Neutron isn't a playable character in this game. I mean, he does ate you at least, and that's fine with me. When you play as Sam, you get to use the Fenton Peeler for a limited time. I'm telling you, man, it's lit. I'll have to say that the formula of Battle for Volcano Island is simple but satisfying, along with short and straight to the point. The game focuses on going from point A to point B with basic melee attacks and throws. You get blue orbs for health, which is determined by the color and facial expression of your character's icon in the corner, which is a creative way to symbolize the damage you take. You get orange orbs for your throw. The throw is different for each character. For example, SpongeBob throws a bubble and Danny fires a ghost ray ball from out of his hand. They all fit pretty well. You also spend a lot of time getting collectibles for unlockable goodies. It's a simplistic game that you can play alongside a family member or a friend, or just solo. Either way is fine. In Battle for Volcano Island, you get collectibles to unlock costumes for each character. Each costume is even based on episodes from the cartoons. You also collect salvage items to unlock time bonus stages for each character. The salvage items are all recognizable references to the TV shows along with some new ideas. Instead of having everything jammed into a generic pause screen, this game keeps all in-game unlockables within the hub area Camp Castaway, where you can replay levels and bosses, play the unlockable bonus stages, view concept art, or you can check out the zoo where you can view all the enemies you've encountered throughout your adventure. Climbing on walls is nice, picking up and throwing objects like coconuts and rocks is cool, floating in air vents is amazing, and using turrets on enemies and bosses is a nice touch. It doesn't feel like you're doing the same thing over and over, and that's the good thing about it. Sometimes this game is easy, while on other occasions it's kicking your ass. Wow, challenge! I haven't seen this in a while. For example, the crabs are challenging to fight, you guys know that, even when you can pick up their backs and use it as a shield, which is also a nice touch. Even if you didn't play this game, you could tell this game doesn't give the same vibe as Nicktoons Unite. Due to the change in style, you can actually run and double jump this time, since this is after all a platformer. No idea why Nicktoons Unite didn't let you double jump, but you know, each character has their own unique jumping animations. If you played this game before, you probably remember SpongeBob's ballerina double jump. I know it's feminine, but it fits his character. What I love is the traditional autosave system instead of the manual saving with Goddard. When you turn off the game, you can even go back to the last checkpoint instead of restarting the whole level. Levels are a bit shorter and less repetitive, and the game has way more replay value to it. Want to go back and collect more shells to unlock that costume you missed? Go back to any of the beach levels anytime and have a blast. Better than going back to dull levels just for some damn coins. It's just way more fun this time around, especially if you're a young fan. I find myself getting bored with this game less often than Nicktoons Unite, and this is playable during adulthood for me. Nothing better than a nice casual game you can just pick up and play at any age. Better than a shitty kids game you'll never touch again. There are plenty of cool references you can see just by running around, like the robot Plankton used in Nicktoons Unite, Invader Zim's house in the background, or little things like the Fenton Ghost Assault vehicle. As much as I've always wanted an awesome Danny Phantom console game, at least we have the Nicktoons games. This is what I always thought growing up. So overall, the gameplay experience is the highlight of this game. If you're into hardcore shit, you obviously won't like the gameplay, but if you're more into casual games like I am these days, you'll likely find it enjoyable. I personally like running around beating up these enemies and admiring the level design. At least the people who made this game gave a shit. Battle for Volcano Island can still be remembered by many of us.
As was foretold in legend.
Oh!
Blue Tongue Entertainment stepped their game up here with the music in the sequel. That soulless elevator music is nowhere to be found. Here we have normal background music that fits each environment you explore. I consider every track in this game to be decent. It isn't something that I would listen to often in my own free time or anything like that. It probably is for some, but for me, it's just some great music to have in the background while playing this decent game. The music does its job. Instead of making your experience more dull, it makes it more engaging. and that's what music is supposed to do in games. There is something I've noticed though. The SpongeBob and Patrick bonus stages have music that could be found in the SpongeBob TV show, as well as the regular levels in the Activision SpongeBob games, which you saw me make fun of. It doesn't really bother me though, since it's only in bonus stages, and plus it actually fits more here than those two games. It's fine. Most of the music in this game is genuine and original, and over time in each level the music starts to remix itself just like Creature from the Krusty Krab does, which is pretty cool. I have some of the music playing in the background through most of this video. The music is good, that's all I can really say about it.
Hello? What's this? This is the only flaw.
Unlike the last game, this game doesn't have any flaws that make me question the hell out of its playability. For this section of the review, I'll just bring up topics of concern. Just some subjective criticisms I have to talk about. Okay, so what bothers me about this game is how character selection is forced. Every level is limited to a specific character selection. There's only one level you can play as Timmy and aside from his bonus level. That really blows.
That's how they get you, Timmy. That's how they get you.
What if I want to play as Timmy more often? What if I want to play as Sandy in more levels? That's absurd. Isn't it crazy how there are many occasions where you have 4 Nicktoons running around together, but the game still only lets you play as 2 of them at once? I know this bothers some people since Nicktoons Unite has 4 players. That must feel like a downgrade for some people. I don't really care about it, but I think this is completely relevant to bring up. Here's another thing about that. The AI in this game is so weird. Your friends never help you in battle, like ever. They kinda just stand there and instigate like a bunch of niggas watching a fight. The only time I can see why they did that is so that the AI doesn't get in your way. It doesn't, which is good for the most part, but the only reason they're even there is so we can switch characters, which again is limited to the character selection they provide us for each level. Yes, I get that in the story we have to find the missing Nicktoons and everything, but when we replay these levels we shouldn't have to follow your rules. Seriously.
Farewell, chosen ones, and thank you. You are truly heroes.
Aw, weren't nothing.
Goodbye, Shelly. I'm glad we could help.
I can't believe they thought we were their chosen ones.
Yeah, what are the odds of that?
With all that being said, is this game worth it? If you're into simplistic games and love these 4 cartoons, sure. Battle for Volcano Island is a lighthearted adventure with the same charm Danny Phantom, SpongeBob SquarePants, Fairly OddParents, and Jimmy Neutron have to offer. Sure, this game gets rid of the shields, extra moves, and all that stuff from Nicktoons Unite, but this game improves over its predecessor in every other way. Graphics are decent, gameplay is more fast-paced, music is good, and voice acting is great. The community often rates this game as the best Nicktoons game. I wonder why. But regardless, since this game is simplistic by nature and isn't the best thing in the world that you can play all the time, seeing as it does feel kinda short once you get used to it, I believe there's only like 6 or 7 levels. But that's fine, they're long enough. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's anything more than an above average platformer slash beat 'em up. The game is good. I can definitely recommend this to Nicktoons fans, but it's not an epic masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? So that means it gets a 7 out of 10 with a Jimmy Neutron communicator because you should get on Discord app and join my public server, nigga. Discord is a free all-in-one voice and text chat for gamers. There's an app available for Android and iOS along with a desktop version that can be used either in browser or through the downloadable application on discordapp.com. An invite link to my server is available on both my Twitter bio and the description of this video. Anyone, especially my subscribers, can join my server to chat and have some fun with the community as well as me. I like to grow a community there since I love using Discord in my spare time. Feel free to join, you are always welcome. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed the video. Be sure to karate chop that like button and leave a comment below if you'd like to see me review more Nicktoons games in the near future. But for now, I gotta go ghost for a bit. This has been a Fred review and I'll see you next time.
Ah, gay!